Hey, Coach, obviously games like today don't happen very often in this place. What did you tell your team afterwards?
Well, I told them that, I think we have a good team, but in order for us to be a good team that competes against, athletes and skilled people like that, we got to be turned all the way up, and we didn't do anything today to make them feel us at all defensively. And, you can run crap offense as long as the other team doesn't score, and certainly we didn't do anything to stop them. So, I didn't. We've already got our ass kicked once today. We didn't need to have it kicked again in the locker room, but we got to regroup. But we got to decide if we want to be a team that makes other people play bad, and that's what we take the most pride in, because they certainly didn't look like that today.
Were you surprised that no energy early and no emotion? It looked like that was tough to come by too.
You know what? I thought we were kind of excited in the locker room before the game. You can't blame it on 11 o'clock start, because I think they played at 11 also. So that's not an excuse. But yeah, I think our energy level was poor. I think we looked slow. And when your energy level's poor and you're playing against, athletes like that, then you got to be turned up. And we weren't turned up. We couldn't guard the ball. When big guys are able to take one bounce and get all the way to the hole, or step back threes, and we're playing little and we can't play underneath them to even stop those things. Those are the things that is a bad sign early. But even with that being said, as poor as we were, I think we cut it to 4, didn't we? Second half.
Yep.
And then I think Jones, Coleman, and Ramey, if I'm not mistaken, made 3 uncontested consecutive threes on 3 straight possessions, and 4 becomes 13, and then basically we shouldn't have been, but we were basically done after that. I think emotionally, we didn't do anything to bring back, and this is one time, like I told our guys, if we'd had 18,000 packed into Allen today, I don't think it would have made any difference with the outcome of the game. But you do get spoiled when there's energy. When you're playing poorly, the crowd kind of pick you up. And certainly this is going to be a year where the best team's going to win, regardless if you play which court you play on. And there was no doubt who the best team was today.
Hey, you've had guys in the past that you would automatically look to turn it up, to get everybody going, energy-wise, emotion-wise. Do you have a couple of guys on this team that are automatic that you want to see do that in the future? Or?
Well, I think the whole team has to do it collectively. We don't have a physical presence like Doak and Dot. I mean, you got the fastest guard in the country, and you got the best defensive big in the country that's athletic. I mean, though we had a guy that could neutralize their athleticism, we don't have that anymore. So we got to be turned up. And we played against athletic teams so far. We haven't played against a front line like that athletically, but we got to be turned up. But it's as poor. You could say I can say, everyone could say that we played poorly today. But hey, we coached awful today. We obviously thought that we had them ready to play, but that was certainly far from the truth. And so there's a lot of things that we can do to try to help our guys more in the future that we didn't get done today. But there was a blank stare in the huddles, after they started that second half barrage with about 15 left. It goes from being okay, now we got this, now we're coming, now we're going to play, and something bad happens, and there were a lot of blank stares after that. So we got to become much tougher mentally, and we got to be able to grind through bad things, and today we didn't do that. But give them credit, they weren't going to allow us to do that, because they were so effective. And you get the lead, you spread it, and give the ball to 1 of 3 guards, and he can get his shoulders past a guy, and then they'll shoot a shot and make it at the end of when we're in a solid in the last 10 seconds of a shot clock. I mean, it was pretty evident that was what they were playing to.
Hey, 2 questions for you. First, just what went into the decision to start Mitch Lightfoot second half?
I just wanted some energy. Mitch obviously has more energy than just about anybody on our team, and I didn't think David really produced at all the first half, and so I just want to give Mitch a chance. He certainly deserves a chance, and that was the reason why we wanted to do that.
And then I know you had mentioned Bryce was maybe dealing with a back thing. How's he doing? Are you expecting to have him back moving forward?
Not immediately. We won't have him at TCU, and after that, who knows? We don't think it's going to be a 3 or 4 week thing, but we think it could very easily be a couple of week thing.
What about Marcus getting hit in the face there? Is he all right? And what happened on that play? I
have no idea what happened on the play. I haven't seen it, but I do know that he got his bell rung pretty good, and I'm sure that he'll be out tomorrow, regardless. But I don't know what his status will be moving forward.
Hey, what did you think of the way Texas defended your 3-point shooters?
I thought they pre-switched a lot of stuff. I thought they did a really good job. They defended us a lot like Baylor did the first time we played them last year, and we didn't have really any answers for them. But I thought Baylor. I thought Texas did a terrific job guarding us the entire game, regardless if it was 3-point shooting or not. I think we're 3 of 23, and of the 20 misses, maybe got 7 really good looks, and we probably come away, not making those 7. That was a game where, as poor as we played, they outscored us 27 from the arc, and we can't let that happen. That was one of the big game plans. Is we got to take away the arc, and we certainly didn't do that.
Coach, a player like Oshae, who had 23 against Texas Tech on the road, but then, of course, 11 in West Virginia, gets off to a good first half, second half kind of disappears. Just what are you seeing out of him from a consistency level that you'd like to see maybe more of going forward?
I think Oach has been very consistent so far. You can't put a lot of good performances that he's strung together and say because he wasn't effective in one half, it's cause for major alarm. He wasn't effective the second half, but he's our only offense there for a while in the first half. So, he's got to improve in some areas. We got to get fouled. We didn't shoot free throws. We didn't do things to bait, and we didn't drive the pass at all. No matter how much we've emphasized or whatever, I bet you we've turned down 3 or 4 wide open threes if we just made a pass. And we didn't play to our strengths at all, and we didn't share it. And there's a lot of things that happen. And then you ask players like Oshae and Christian and Jalen to go one-on-one to get theirs. And that's not the way we can play. We can't play that way. So if we're going to be successful, we got to play as a unit, and we didn't play as a unit today.
With Bryce out, you talked pregame about those guys getting, Tyon and Tristan and those guys getting opportunities in his minutes. How'd you think those reserves did today?
Nobody played well, guys. I thought, Tristan had a couple of nice moves, but hey, nobody played well. That was not anything that I'm going to walk out of here, saying we can draw something positive out of that. And the biggest reason is because, I didn't think we played till the end. I thought we played till about the 10-minute mark or the 8-minute mark. And then after that, we didn't show much fight. So I couldn't get excited about anybody throwing in a shot, in the last 10 minutes of the game, because that's not how you have to play.
Coach, what would you say was the biggest takeaway from this game to move into the road game against TCU on Tuesday?
Well, the takeaway is that, if you want to talk from a positive standpoint, the takeaway is that, we know that we can make other people play poorly or play worse than what we are playing that particular game, whatever level that is. And that's how we have to play, and we did not do anything to take anything away. That would be my biggest takeaway. We can talk about, offense sucking, which it did, and those sorts of things. But I don't know, what were we from the free throw line? Well, we ended up shooting it decent from the line, but we had a couple of front end misses that were big. But we've got to. There's a absolute certain way we have to play to be good, and I didn't think our guys definitely bought into that was the way that we need to do that today. I think it was, to be honest with you, you lose by 3 or you lose by 25. I told myself, I didn't say this to the players or the coaches, but I told myself, it doesn't make any difference this game. How do we learn a lesson that's going to help us moving forward more? And the way that the game ended should be a lesson that can help us if we use it the right way.
Time for one more for Coach.
Coach, what did you think of the rebounding effort today?
Well, they had out-rebounded us by 4 today in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. But the bottom line is, if it's a jump ball, we ain't winning it with those cats. We had to do a much better job, and whether it be, I thought Sims was terrific on the offensive glass. But, you miss 31 shots and you get 10 back. That's not the worst stat that I've ever seen, but it's still not good enough. I didn't think we were near as quick to the ball, and I certainly didn't think we competed on the glass like we have in other games. And that's what second chance opportunities do. They give you extra possessions, and if you score 50% on your extra possessions, which you usually score at a higher clip off offensive rebounds, if you get maybe 8 more, and make 4 baskets, one of them's a 3, that's 9 more. That's 9 points that you didn't have to, go against 5-on-5. And so that makes a big difference. And their offensive rebound was pretty impressive. At least it felt that way to me, even though the numbers don't really show it as much. But it's certainly pretty impressive.
All right. Thanks, everybody.